Here's one of my older girls, and she is probably, I don't know, 5 to 7 years old. Not sure how old she is. And she's not even supposed to be here. I was gonna call her a couple years ago and then just didn't have the time, and here she is. And she's really nice. And she's a very solid chicken. But I noticed that she had a large blob of frozen poo stuck to her the other day. So I brought her in to see what was going on with that, and noticed that she was so skinny. She has just kind of wasted away. So I brought her inside, and she's eating fine, as you can see. There's nothing wrong with her. It was just frozen. It just got stuck on her feathers. So she's doing good. But I wanted to do a video. Talk about how do you take care of the older chickens in your flock, because sometimes they need a little special care. One thing I try to do every couple days, ideally, it's usually more like once a week, is bring out some special food for my older girls out here. This happens to be scrambled eggs, and it has some Nutri-Drench mixed in it. It has some poultry cell, which is a good supplement. I'll show you those in the video. And then I just add some corn or things that they like. I'm actually waiting on Libby and Limpy. Sometimes they'll come if I call them. Libby! Libby! Lippers! Here she comes. And this is Libby. And I've always said Libby was 6, but I just looked on my calendar. Libby was actually hatched 2013. That means Libby is going to be 8 years old this spring, which is amazing. And her sister. Here's the other one I feed, which is Hopi. And Hopi's also probably 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, something like that. She comes up for her treats. They're well trained. She wants to know why I took the bowl away from her. And here's her sister, Limpy, who is also in great condition. She's 8 years old too. It's pretty impressive. This leghorn is pretty bossy once you get in there. Guess what time it is? I had some eggs left over from when we went out of town for a few days, so I thought I'd pop them in here. So my assistant and I will candle them and see how they are. I'm looking forward to seeing how they are. These will be the first eggs of the season. And like I said, we were out of town, so they kind of sat for a few days and it was cold. So I'm curious to see if any are developing or not. All of these are just the Americana rooster over a variety of different hens in there. So we are just about maybe 7 or 8 days. Can you see that? Good times. I see veining in that one. Might see a little bit of a dot. We're not going to see a ton of movement because it's pretty early, but that one's going. So there's one. I set 27 eggs, it looks like. Notice how prominent that air cell is. Got some veining in there. There it is. Oh, we can see a little eye down there. Probably getting blinded. And there's one, I think. Yep, there's one. But so far, every single one is going here. Oh, no. There's a blank. Here's an interesting thing. Okay, notice on the very side, it looks like the air cell is clear to the side, which is probably not good. It is completely on the side. So the egg may or may not be developing. I can't tell. It looks like it might be. But when that chick goes to pip, it's going to be really in a weird spot, which will probably be difficult. Okay, out of 27 eggs that were not properly stored or even in a proper temperature, I've got only 3 that aren't developing. So that's pretty good, I'd say. Looks like we're going to have good fertility this year. So it's a good idea to check on your older hens and just make sure everything is going well with them, because it's hard being an older hen. I've noticed that these guys, the older they get, the less higher they seem to be actually in the pecking order when they used to be at the very, very top. And usually the longer a chicken's around, the more attached you get to it. So it's just a good idea to take a little bit of precautions and give them a little bit of extra care to make sure, especially if you live in a cold place in the winter or a super hot summer area, that your chickens are doing okay. Give them just a little bit of help so you can keep them around for a long time. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great evening. I'll catch you the next time. I really think in her case, she just simply wasn't getting enough food for some reason. And when it gets cold outside, it takes a lot of energy for them to stay warm.